Hey there, folks. Mark from Like Minded Lunatics coming at you with a Monday music matchup. And boy, I've got a fun one for today, or one I think is fun. Hopefully you'll find it just as fun and as interesting as I did putting it together. So a little bit of context before we get to the matchup itself. Like Minded Lunatics is not just a YouTube channel. We also have a TV show that airs every Friday night at 10 p.m. CST on Austin Music TV. If you want to watch the show, the instructions on how to stream the show if you don't live in the Austin market are in every video description here on YouTube. In any case, several episodes ago, we did an episode where we featured Run-D.M.C's song, It's Tricky. Now, I'm sure if you're like me, that song was one of those songs that just kind of played on repeat. It came out in 1987. It was off of their Raising Hell album, which was that huge album. And that thing was gigantic, and that song was everywhere. And one of the reasons that we focused on it in the episode is because Penn and Teller, the magicians, are in that music video, and it was an episode about magic. So, in any case, we did an episode featuring It's Tricky. In preparing for that episode, I read a little bit backstory on that song, and I was shocked to see that Run-D.M.C had been sued by the Knack for sampling their song My Sharona in It's Tricky, and this lawsuit took place in 2006. Just for a little point of comparison, My Sharona by the Knack came out in 1979, and that was off of their album Get the Knack. I was shocked to hear that, or to read that, and apparently Run-D.M.C settled with them out of court because apparently the Knack alleged that they sampled the riff to My Sharona without giving them credit. They sued them for it, and apparently the lawsuit was strong enough that Run-D.M.C decided to settle out of court. So I was shocked to read that. I'd never heard that story before, so I got to thinking, you know, I'm a first-year guitar student. My Sharona is one of those riffs that I started learning very early for two reasons. One, it's got an easy arpeggiation thing to it, and two, there's this really cool chromatic thing that it does. And so I know that riff, and I listened to It's Tricky, and I'm like, I'm not seeing it. I mean, I kind of hear it, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it. So I thought we would look at it together and just see what you think. So before we get to Run-D.M.C, let's go back to 1979 and listen to the Knack, My Sharona. Now, this is a song that I always associate with being an 80s song. I mean, it kind of is, I guess, but it came out in 1979. Technically, this is a 70s song. So here we go, the Knack, My Sharona. How iconic is that thing, folks? I mean, seriously, how iconic is that? Now, I said we were going to look at the riff, and we will. The reason that the reason I started learning that riff is for two reasons. Number one, it's got this really cool chromatic thing. So it starts off the... So both of those notes are G. It's just what is it? Ricky, it's not a full octave apart, but it's both G. And then we get this part. All right, now I apologize for my poor playing, but we've got that G, that octave thing, and then we've got mild arpeggiation, so we're going from one to the other. All right, so that's the riff, and then we get this C here, this C power chord. We've got, where is it? Going up to the B. All right, so that's the Knack. Now, let's listen to It's Tricky by Run-D.M.C. I kind of hear the same sort of riff in there, but I don't know.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky. 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 It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. Tricky. I met this little girl.
All right. So I think I'm hearing like a version of it. It's not in the same damn key though. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's this. But hang on. So I'm pretty sure it's not going G to G. I'm pretty sure this is going F to F. Isn't that it? And then it's definitely not the C. That ain't it. I'm pretty sure that it's down here with, let's see, where am I at here? This is going to be like an A sharp. Is that what it is? That's where it's at, right? Listen to it again.
Early. Tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. Tricky. I met this little girlie.
That's it, right? So we're here, and then we're here. So first off, it's not the exact same notes, is it? It's not. And then second, it's in the wrong damn key. Different key. Let's keep listening. This annoys me.
Went to her house and bust her out. I had to leave real early. These girls are really sleazy. All they just say is please me, or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. How is it, D? It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. Tricky. In New York.
Okay, I am not crazy, right? It's not the same key. And this is a different key. That's different. And again, this is the... Now, that part is similar, but it's a different key. I don't get it. How can you... this annoys me no end. I wish Ricky was here with me. All right, let's go back to the Knack so we can keep listening to my Sharona. And now, I mean, just disregarding the whole lawsuit thing, aren't these two just, man, monster hits of songs? Boy, oh boy, let's go back to Run-D.M.C.
The people talking try to make us rhyme. They really hawk, but we just walk because we have no time. And in the city, it's a pity because we just can't hide. Tinted windows don't mean nothing, they know who's inside. And it's tricky to rock around.
Again, that is the only part that I think is similar. That. How in the hell are you going to say 3 notes is enough for a lawsuit? And again, this thing has been in a ton of songs. I don't get it.
And that's right, on time is tricky. How is it, D? Tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. Tricky, huh?
What a great riff, too, and a great huh! I'm a sucker for a huh, and that's a good one.
When I wake up, people take up mostly all of my time. I'm not singing, phony ringing, cause I make up a rhyme. I'm not bragging, people nagging, cause they think I'm a star. Always tearing what I'm wearing, I think they're going too far.
You know, at this point, I just think that lawsuit was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to listen to both songs. We're going to finish them out. And then there's something else I want to show you, but I feel like I think the lawsuit has to be bullshit. Unless at some point Run-D.M.C inserts more of my Sharona, and I don't remember that they do. So, I mean...
Carol follows Daryl every gig we play. Then he dissed her and dismissed her. Now she's jocking Jay. I ain't lying, girls be crying cause I'm on TV. They even bother my poor father cause he's down with me. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. How is that? Tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. We don't use drugs, but you assume on your own. They offer coke and lots of dope, but we just leave it alone. It's like that, y'all, but we don't quit. You keep on rock shot, cause this is it.
All right, let's go back to my Sharona. Again, I am not hearing it. All I'm hearing is a rad song that may have been inspired by a previous song, but is that enough for a lawsuit? I mean, I guess if Blurred Lines taught us anything, it is, but Jesus, what does that do to the music industry, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If you're a person and neither one of these songs makes you happy, you got no soul. Because my goodness, both of these are just joyful songs, aren't they? I've always liked this musical interlude. It's like we're going into The Who for some reason. I kind of like it. Is this Pinball Wizard or Teenage Wasteland? Sounds like it, doesn't it? The other thing I like about that is that slide. That slide is great, isn't it? All right, hang on. I've been neglecting the boys from Run-D.M.C. Again, the biggest thing I'm hearing is that. I mean, I guess 3 notes, sure. I don't get it. Let's let the Knack finish up and then we'll. All right, now I said that there was something else I wanted to show us at the end of this. So I think it's abundantly clear. I think that lawsuit was bullshit, and I think the boys in Run-D.M.C should have fought that harder. But I want to listen to one other thing. This is something I stumbled across in prepping for this. I want you to just listen to this song. Listen to the beginning of this song, and let's talk about it. All right, that's Give Me Some Lovin' by Spencer Davis Group, later covered by Steve Winwood. And let's look at the chords on that. So that's essentially... Okay, that's Give Me Some Lovin', Spencer Davis Group, and that came out in 1966. Here's my question. Why didn't Spencer Davis Group sue the shit out of the Knack? I mean, that is closer... That's closer to that than Run-D.M.C's was. I don't get it, man. That is just unbelievable to me. Number one, that Run-D.M.C, I mean, I guess maybe settling the lawsuit was cheaper than continuing it. But, I mean, at this point, the fellows in Run-D.M.C, they have money. If it had been me, that would have been one of those... one of those things, I'm going to fight it just to fight it type thing, because I feel like that's bullshit. But, I am just a first-year guitar student, so first let me apologize for my horrible playing, but number two, emphasize that I'm not an expert in any of this, so maybe there's something in this case that I'm overlooking, and the fact that it was settled out of court means that we don't really know what the settlement was. It's not been published as far as I know, so if somebody out there has some insight into this that I am lacking, which is quite possible, likely, a certainty. If you've got some type of insight into this that I have neglected to mention, please chime in the comments, because this whole thing has confused the shit out of me. It's very confusing to me. And I'll just wrap up by saying this. If you would like to check out the TV show that we put on Austin Music TV, again, it airs every Friday night at 10 p.m. CST. You can use the streaming link that's in every video description here on YouTube. You can do that, or you can become a patron. We have a Patreon where we post every Austin Music TV episode that we've ever aired and every future episode that we will air. So if you'd like to see that content, there is a method for you to do so. Head over to our Patreon site and become a patron. We would appreciate your support. All right, folks, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. They ain't the same. They ain't the same. I'm convinced of that. Hit the subscribe and stick around, folks.